Greetings and welcome everybody to the Jane Live 365 Healthy by Choice on a Wednesday. I'm here bringing you live case studies, leading edge information, and products that raise the bar. This evening, we're going to be talking about healthy foods versus harmful foods, a very, very, very important topic because there's so much deception, distortion of fact out there. The wool gets pulled over our eyes. And I'm going to be sharing with you along the way some of my experiences as a pharmacist. I've spent a lot of time witnessing the overprescribing of synthetic medicines, including nutrients, supplements, often harmful, seldom helpful, and often failing to shift people from illness to wellness. And one of the main reasons for that is nobody measures. Nobody checks the before and after. Nobody sticks their neck out and says, hold on a second, I'm honored that you've come to see me as an educator to the client, and I'm going to show you, and with a validated, verified information, that you've shifted from A to B. You've shifted from illness to wellness. So that's what we do at 365. We don't play around. We're very serious, but we've brought in a new paradigm, which is quantum medical centers, with our quantum assessment and our food state nutrients, which are in the quantum spin. Food state means quantum spin. It means nutrient dense, and it means foods that have not come off a production line. So we do not market and sell products to you. We are selling nutrients to you, not even supplements. They're all coming off a production line. Those are products. We blend, we harmonize, we use alchemy, we ferment, we use natural products in their natural state. For example, zeolite. There's no manufacturing happening here. There is no production line. You get that? So we're keeping and we're restoring the nutrients in their natural state, nature made, with the DNA inherent, with the intelligence of the plant intact, so that when these nutrients are introduced to the body, the innate potential to heal kicks in and the person gets well naturally. The body heals the body. It's not us or the centers or anything healing you. You will heal yourself, but your body will take the nutrients and detoxify and nourish the cells and rebuild the cells, the tissues, the organs, and the systems. And it happens spontaneously in front of us. It's called miracle medicine. And, we see those people who take self-responsibility for their health shifting into gear. It can be a 5% improvement, 10%, 25, 35, 50%, 70% improvement. It all depends on the starting point. We will always look at physical, we will always look at neurological, always emotional, and always spiritual, because it's all together. So it's completely holistic and wholesome. And the nutrients we're using are whole nutrients. We've not extracted anything. We have not destroyed any of nature's innate ability to heal. That's very, very important, because I'm going to be talking now about nutrients that have been distorted, they've been copied, they've been, I just want to type something here. I think everything's okay now. And really get to the nitty gritty of it. And I'm going to be revealing some things to you that perhaps you didn't know. And, one doesn't always want to talk, negatively about other products on the market, but we do need to be awake and aware today as to what we're doing. So, prior to 1940 or so, there weren't things called supplements. A supplement, someone decided somewhere along the line that, our diet needed to be supplemented. And you saw a lot of things being written and researched, and some absolutely true, about the mineral content, the vitamin content of foods declining over years. And that's all true. So we have to know that every single disease can be related to a mineral, vitamin, protein, long-chain sugar, phytosterol deficiency. Okay, so that's why nourishment is critical. Now, the most important thing is that our cells will only absorb oxygen and food when the potential is absolutely correct, minus 95 millivolts. All right. So too high above that, too low below that, you're not going to get absorption. So therefore, don't introduce nutrients, smoothies or capsules or whatever, natural, to a body that still needs to reset, because you're wasting your money and your time. It's just going to be very expensive urine. The nutrients will literally swim past the cells. So our first step, which we've done a lot of recently, the reset step, is focusing specifically on detoxification, but realignment of the homeostasis of the body, the electrical potential of the body, the amperage, the voltage, the resistance to flow, the hydration levels, the oxygenation levels, the cell vitality levels, the pH of the body. When all of this is organized, which happens in our reset phase, our first phase, regardless of who you are, regardless of what's wrong with you, we will reset every single cell of the body. That's what needs to happen. We can't just do thyroid, or just do the knee that's sore, or the back that's sore, or just do the brain fog. This has to happen all in unison. Otherwise, we've missed the boat, and we need to measure before and afterwards. And that's where we use our Quantum 450, which measures 450 readings or so in a minute, or physical, or we use our Educta, our QUEXED, which gives us in about 5 minutes 11,000 readings, physical, neurological, emotional, and spiritual. Puts it all together, gives us our root causes, gives us our risk factor validations, and helps us realign immediately in real time. So we're using bioresonance there. And on top of that, we're bringing in the nature-made nutrients and also detoxifying agents, for example, oxygen and so on, which I'll go into for those of you who are new who joined us. So it's always an absolute honor and a privilege to have everybody here with us. And I'm just making sure everybody's in, and that's just great. So everybody from around the world, even see we've got people from England, Ireland, and everywhere, which is awesome. So just fantastic to have you. And I just love the fact that you are hungry and thirsty for knowledge, and that you take this knowledge, use it for yourself, share it with other people, because there's a lot of nonsense that gets spoken about there. I work at a natural health pharmacy. We have the representatives speak to us every week, and we hear nonsense getting regurgitated because nobody's thought through anything. And we hear so much about patented products. You cannot patent a nature-made product. You cannot patent my stress defense shield. It's nature, it's natural. What you can patent is, for example, somebody who takes kelp, a natural organic product, kelp, extracts and one active ingredient or maybe 2 or 3 out of it, patents the manufacturing process that they then put it together. You can only patent the manufacturing process, the production line. Remember, I've talked about we don't have products here. We don't manufacture anything. We don't patent anything. Anything that's patent, beware. Be aware and awake, because they patented the manufacturing process. Okay, and this is where that's misleading, because in the brochures you will read organic kelp active in the product. So they, yes, it was organic to start with, but after they've manufactured it, extracted it, you've removed the DNA, you've removed the intelligence of the plants, and it's become a physical only product. And you've removed the interdimensional space of the product, which is having a neurological, emotional, and spiritual effect on you. In our Educta and our Quantum QUEX, for those people who are new, which is our quantum machine and software, the frequencies, let's take a spirulina, a moringa, an iodine, are there in the 3-dimensional space, meaning the whole plant is there, the whole mineral is there. So again, it's getting back totally to nature, because this is where we are. This is where we are getting the phenomenal results we are, because we're listening to nature. And I mean, who are we to second guess nature and definitely second guess our body? No, we're not that intelligent. The device we use, no human body can use the quantum software in the way that it gets used, because we're working with the subconscious, and the subconscious has got a zero-based non-locality, and that's a lot of words, but that means your subconscious is everywhere. This is quantum medicine, where particles and waves are everywhere. So if you were in Moscow or Los Angeles or Sydney or South Africa, at any one moment, and we're doing an assessment on you, or right here with me, you're going to get the same result at that moment from the subconscious. So that is where we use the information that is validated, verified with the device, registered with the FDA. Okay, so this is where we are. And as far as my company is concerned, we provide nutrients. Okay, so very important, that aspect. And just I was showing the slides. I just wanted to show the slide in particular. And this is a slide which is, quantifying the quantum medical centers and the new paradigm that I've shifted into over the years and spoken about so many times, doing my PhD thesis on a new holistic framework for health and wellness. And we invite you to come to our centers to book appointments in the virtual space if you can't, and avail yourself to the new paradigm in medicine. It is not the typical symptoms, diagnosis, and 12-month repeat script with side effects. So we do no harm. We assist people think clearly and live productively in all areas of their lives. We follow prevention is better than waiting for when it's too late. And the main markers that we use to do this, I'll show you now, is at the bottom here. We increase your oxygen levels, we reduce your acidity levels to make you more alkaline, and we reduce inflammation. And those are the 3 degenerative markers which everybody has to watch. They're key. So instead of throwing bottles at you, someone comes in, I need to sleep, what bottle can I buy? It doesn't work like that. We're not working like that. We're working right down at the baseline. What are the root causes of your dis-ease? Not disease, dis-ease. And then we measure those risk factors, and then we start realigning the body with the devices and with the nutrients. There's no simpler way, and that's when we watch the magic as all the jigsaw puzzle pieces fit together. And people come back and tell us, I press the record on my phone, and we get a marvelous testimony case study. Every single person is a case study. So our testimonies, our results speak for themselves, and I'm not interested actually in a diagnosis. Quite frankly, I had a guy who came yesterday. He brought his packet of medicines, and he said, Jane, I'm tying a knot in this plastic bag. I will not take any more medicines after today, after seeing you. And he'd been on diabetic medication for 15 or something years. He's walked away. He decided what he was doing. He's taken control of his dis-ease, and he's taken self-responsibility for his result. And it will be his result. It will not be mine. And, this is the essence of what we're speaking about. It is natural, holistic, food state, quantum-based medicine. So just to share that with you. And here are our shelves. This is a typical shelf in our centers. There are our smoothies, loaded with nutrient-dense foods, no fillers, no binders at all. And we also have our oils and minerals. We also have the nutrients encapsulated in plant-based, plant cellulose vegetable capsules, which are good for the probiotics because they live off the prebiotic, which is the capsule. And we also have paramagnetic products. We also have fermented microbes, and we also have our Almost Gold. So I've put together a toolkit for people to come in. Let's assess your situation. Let's hear what the subconscious has to tell us, or otherwise we use the Q450. We've done this many times and over again, and then we will then recommend certain products to cause a major shift from illness to wellness. We've got lots of new people that have joined us. I'm so grateful. We've done 3 major expos in the last 3 weeks. And the Organic and Natural Expo, Hirsch's Wellness and Health and Wellness Day. We're Leader, Naturally Yours, Health and Wellness Day. We're always at Jackson's on a Saturday. We're doing, complimentary scans there and raising people's awareness to, first of all, their risk factors, their root causes, and then how to close that risk factor gap. And those of you who follow what we say, you're a case study. And then people will refer people to us because, they just are the case studies. We have people who, practitioners who come in and buy devices from us, get the training on the device and how their software works and also on the products. And they are the case study and then take this information into their either existing practices or start their own businesses as well. So a really nice holistic space for everyone to grow and share. Let me just see what the next one is. Right, I'm going to be coming to that in a moment. Now let's get more stuck into this story about supplementation. So the symptoms diagnosis 12-month repeat script is a synthetic option, all right, with toxic side effects, seldom curing anyone, seldom shifting people to wellness. And I think that's quite a well-known fact in the people that follow me and read a lot, research a lot. So what happens in the sort of metamorphosis and shift is that people then move towards alternative medicine. Supposedly natural supplements. Now, did you know that more than 50% of supplements are synthetic? So that's your vitamin A's, your D's, your K's, your B's, and so on and so on and so on. So very cleverly, people looked at the active molecular structure in nature and copied it chemically in the laboratory, because it was cheaper, easier, and they could make more money and they could patent it and put it on the market as nutrition. So there you are, gaily taking ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Do you know that ascorbic acid is synthetic vitamin C? Do you know that vitamin C occurs naturally in hundreds of plants, all with the correct molecular structure around it, the correct nutrients, minerals for absorption, the protection against causing kidney stones, accumulation in the liver, side effects of sleeping medication or anything like that. So this is what's been put out to the world now. Oh, don't worry. Go to the health shop, the health pharmacy, go online and Google healthy supplements for sleeping, healthy supplements for weight loss. Nobody there is given any warning or has to give any warning as to the side effects. It's a fact that it's synthetic. Anything to the body that's synthetic is not in the quantum natural spin. The body sees it as a toxin. The body has to remove it. So seldom are we seeing shifts to illness and wellness. People are accumulating shelves and drawers full of products because they're going and buying a bottle to make them sleep, a bottle to lose weight, a bottle to bring in the vitamins and so on that they're missing. Now, we've missed the point here completely because prior to the early 1900s, people ate healthy food, organic food, because it wasn't hybridized, it wasn't interfered with, it was natural. Most of it was in the raw state. We didn't always have stoves and fancy gas this and microwave that and air fry, etc., which all just, by the way, damages the food and inhibits the absorption, the extraction and absorption of the nutrients, minerals, proteins, vitamins, phytosterols, oils by the body. Why is your gut not absorbing? Because you're eating 100% raw food. So I've done it. I'm the case study. If you eat raw food, your levels are balanced. I'm not, an activist regarding this. I just have a look and see what happens naturally. What happens to my vibrance, my vitality, my life force, my energy levels, my ability to think clearly, my ability to stay calm. It's all about vitamins, minerals, proteins, long-chain sugars, which are not sweet, and phytosterols and oils. And we have to revert now to ways and methods for our body to absorb naturally, not go the synthetic route. I mean, it's absolutely terrible. A lot of these vitamins and minerals are made from, extracts from the petrochemical world. What do you think NKF is? The fertilizer that's used for plant growing. It was after the war, they didn't know what to do with all the spare gunpowder, so they made an NPK fertilizer. Now, if you give the plants continuously only NPK, they're going to go out of balance. If you give yourself continuously a man-made, man-extracted, lab synthetic vitamin or mineral, you're going to go out of balance. The copper will go out, the zinc will go out, the iron, the chromium, you name it. So when you're consuming natural nutrients, your body knows what to take, when to take out of that nutrient and what to leave. It might not need a certain vitamin B that day, but it might need it the next day because we don't know what stress you went through. We aren't the computer. The body's the computer. We have to give the nutrients to the body in order for the body to decide. Its innate ability will decide it will heal you. When you consume raw food, your body has 100% opportunity to absorb the nutrients. There is very, very little excretion buildup because there's very little waste. So you're not drawing all your energy reserves in terms of digesting food. It is one of the biggest users of energy in the body. When you consume cooked foods, the white blood cells rush to the intestine because it is seen as a toxin. You are reducing your immunity by eating cooked food. Fact. When you eat raw food, it doesn't happen. The white blood cells carry on removing parasites, cleansing the body, removing the toxins that you've inhaled in the day. On average, anyone is exposed to 700,000 different chemical environmental toxins in one way or another, one form or another. Many of them hidden on the bottle that you're consuming or the processed food that you're eating, whatever. So we've got to know about this, and then the choice is ours. And all I'm doing is bringing to you information and facts that I know because I've seen how risk factors and root causes of disease and things fall away. For example, if stress is a root cause, once somebody has maximum nutrients in their body, as measured on my devices, as measured by the live blood analysis, where I can see under the microscope what those red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, blood, etc. looks like. So this is not news to humanity. We've known this for years, and that's how we've got to probably still alive. But at the moment, and I was speaking on Sunday, the question is, are we the ancestors of an endangered species? Because I just see health plummeting. And I see stress increasing. And I see lifestyle reducing, sitting in front of screens with blue light. I've got my blue light glasses on because I use them as much as I can. But I'll have a bit of eye contact with you. But I'm just saying, not exercising, waking up late. Are we in sync with the earth rhythm, the circadian rhythm? You need to go to sleep at 10 at night. The room must be dark. You will find that the lighter you eat, the cleaner you eat, the less work the body has to do, the easier it is to wake up in the morning to walk and run and do your yoga and your breathing and your eye exercises and get your day and get your life in order. It's when you overload and you eat late and you eat cooked food, processed food, heavily laden with processed and heated oils, that you just go into, you zone out. Literally, you zone out. You fall asleep due to the toxic food you've just eaten. So, your food is your choose your poison. Food is poison, and everything in dosage. If you had to have two boxes of lychees, it would be toxic for you. You would get a very sore stomach. Your body would tell you enough, no more lychees. So there's a dosage limit to everything too, even healthy. If you ate salad, you would get a sore stomach. Your body would tell you it's toxic now. You've gone over the bell-shaped curve. This is now you put me into stress. So we have to work very intuitively with our body, but get back to basics, because our ancestors knew this and we've forgotten. So we had a distinct disadvantage to them. We may have more technology, we may have faster aeroplanes, we might have those kind of things, but our inherent intelligence is dull. And, I often have the discussion with people when we're discussing dosages, for example, and recommendations on what people need to do. Sometimes it takes a very long time because people are sitting with a full load of brain fog. They can't concentrate, they can't hear. But come back a month later, there's a whole new story, because we've cleaned the fungus out the brain, the blastomycosis that they got because they ate corn. They've stopped eating corn. They've stopped eating white potato. They've stopped eating white bread, wheat, white rice. They've stopped having sugar, fizzy drinks. They've stopped having processed foods. They've now moved on to probably 50%, 60, 70% raw food. It's another story. I'm dealing with a different human being, and they can hear and they can ask me intelligent questions. The rest is brain fog. That's why so many people, symptoms, diagnosis, 12 months repeat script. No questions. What is this medicine going to do? What are the side effects? What am I likely to experience? Nobody asks. And people tell me, I say, why are you taking this? They don't know. Did you ask? No. So I really invite people to ask me questions and to challenge and to request results, request that they validation that they're going to get improvements, and I will show you. It's as simple as that. Actually, the simplest of people are the ones that do the best, because they don't get left brain about things. They feel with their heart and their gut. They're not using the upper brain, the observer brain, the emotional brain. They're not bringing in their anxiety, their anger, their fear, their sadness, their hatred. They're not unloading their emotional state, their unworthiness into the situation. They're sitting there. They know they want to get help. They're serious about getting helped. And they know from a heart and a gut brain point of view that it's sounding right. They tie a knot in their plastic bag. They will not take another synthetic medicine. These are the people that do the best. The ones that try to get too left brain and logical about things, they get there too, don't worry. But they're the ones that take a little bit of effort, on our side to just explain the recommended dosages and things. So we work with everybody, of course, but I'm just sharing with you, to be natural, to be in quantum health, to want to get well. It's not a brain surgeon thing, this. We don't need, huge qualifications. We need to understand at a gut level about nature, the healing power of nature, the inherent ability of the body to heal itself and hand it over and make those wise decisions. And then you find physical, neurological, emotional, spiritual all comes into place. So, the foods that are very dangerous, I've alluded to some of them, but heated oil is my pet worst. I have to tell you this. The minute any oil is heated, don't believe anything that anyone tells you. It goes into the trance state. The trance state is cancer-forming, free radical, damaging to the cells, the blood cells, and all the organs. That's a fact. It lies around in pools in the blood, becomes infected by parasites. And it causes brain fog, and it attaches to the nervous system. Doesn't work properly. It becomes painful, toxic to the nervous system. Okay. So another pet is obviously processed foods, because they've been lying about for I don't know how many days. And the sell-by date is usually the date when it reaches the level of parasites tolerable by the Bureau of Standards in your country. Who wants that? Who wants to look like 3 days old food? And you will. If you eat 3 days old food, you will look like 3 days old food. So we have to beef it up, and we have to work with, make our food for the day, that day, and not keep things. So all the whites, the wheat is a huge allergen. It's so hybridized. When I was 16, I did a project at school on the hybridization of wheat, that it wasn't suitable for humanity. Even when I was 16, I knew this. White potatoes, the glycemic index of these things is just too high. All our diabetic, high blood sugar, insulin sensitive people go off these complex carbohydrates because it boosts the blood sugar unnecessarily and makes the work even harder. The minute you go to more like a buckwheat or a quinoa or a millet, occasionally a brown rice, a brown whole barley, you get a different picture in the bloodstream, completely different picture regarding the blood sugar. So we have to do this because it's not normal to have a spiked blood sugar all the time, and move also towards the pumpkins, the sweet potatoes, the marrows, all depending on your blood group. So the blood group is a definitive insofar as the quantum medical centers are concerned, insofar as a guide to eating in a non-inflammatory way, and eating in a way to keep the red blood cells apart. So we check all of that. And, the foods to avoid are the ones that are going to cause the blood to stick together. And then you can't carry oxygen, and the cells in the body will also stick together, clumping. And that's what we don't want. That's degeneration. So please go, have a look at that guide. And check, the foods that you're eating. It's very, very important. And, obviously food that's riddled with E's and things you can't interpret, those are to avoid those. The synthetic supplements, sure, if you look at magnesium stearate, the fillers, the binders, the as I said, the remains of petroleum-based production are put into these tablets or capsules or whatever, and totally synthetic, cause organ damage, cause toxicity. You just have to read. You can just Google. I don't want to say names because I don't think that's fair. In 365 Healthy by Choice, I put my head on the pillow at night. I have not pulled the wool over anybody's eyes. There is nothing synthetic in my products. It is all pure natural. There's one product that you cannot get in the natural state, if you like, and that's cordyceps. Cordyceps grows out of a caterpillar's mouth. It's a medicinal mushroom, 5,000 years old Chinese traditional medicine product. That one I haven't been able to find in the powdered form. It's very expensive, but that's the only one, and it's simply because it's not available. And I'm not going to grow the caterpillars, that's for sure. So just to share with you, there's not a filler or a binder, there's not a pea protein, there's not a rice protein. If you take my Stress Defense Shield smoothie and there's 13 ingredients in there, it's 100% natural, and those are the nutrients that you need to be taking. But if you're eating raw, you need less supplements. So why are we spending all our money on supplements and collecting drawers full and shelves full of supplements when we just need to eat properly? Just increase the amount of raw food that you're eating. And you can make delicious salads. You can grate the carrots, the cauliflower, the broccoli, the courgettes. You can cut the lettuce up or however you want it, the kale, the spinach. You can put some pineapple in for enzymes, or blueberries or raspberries or whatever fruit you like in your salad. You can put your flaxseed oil, your black seed, which we have as well, huge high in immunity. You can put your fermented sauerkrauts and kimchis and miso and pesto and all these natural, raw, wonderfully tasting Himalayan salt, lime juice over I'm making you salivate now, over your salads. And wow, before you know it, you're satisfied. Why? Because the body got the nutrients. It got the minerals. It got the proteins, the long chain sugars, etc., etc. and the oils. Okay, so oils are a good thing to have with your food because it helps the oil soluble vitamins get absorbed, and also holds the food in the tummy a little bit longer, slows down some of the digestion, which is great. So you will feel satisfied after that, and you will feel light, and you will have energy to do more things than you would not normally do. So let's just see here what I wanted to share with you, nutrient-wise and product-wise. Okay, so let's just have a look at what I've been sharing with you along the way now. And at all our expos, we've been doing the assessments and starting people on the reset. People who come into the medical center start on the reset. We do not start with nutrients. If you happen to be taking your supplements and you want to carry on, that's fine with us too. We don't interfere with that, but we just say finish what you're taking, and then let's consider what's available and what you should keep on taking and where we're going from there. So we don't overload the body. What we do is we cleanse the body. And I'm going to talk just now about the flaxseed oil specifically. And I think some of you can probably repeat me verbatim. I'm going to talk about the microbiome reset, the probiotic and the oxygens. But this is our reset kit. So those of you who've come in now and who are new, this is where we want to start specifically with you. And I know I've got a lot of moms in the room. I know a lot of moms are healing their children. I've got a lot of people with hormonal imbalances, blood sugar, blood pressure, weight, fat problems, toxicity problems, brain fog, gut, anxiety, depression. Many people have lost their purpose, searching for meaning, searching for where they need to go, but the brain fog is too high. People trying to meditate and can't because the parasite level is too high. They're nuked from radiation, the chemical and environmental heavy metal toxins, the nuclear toxins in them is just too high. How can anyone meditate? How can you ever be calm, ever be in your central point if you're carrying all that toxin? So let's get the whole lot out. So that we're moving now, as I said, to nourishment today. And these are step 2, our restore, reset, restore. And I'm going to show you our smoothies and our capsules, where I have put together, and this is based again on practical experience with raising my own children, what I have every day as well. All right. So I want to also, not leave stones unturned. And I want my body to have as many opportunities to absorb whole food, natural nutrients as possible. So the stress defense shield, I'll show you now, there's over 30 nutrients. It's in a capsule and a smoothie. The brain fuel, also over 30 nutrients, capsule and smoothie. The extreme performance boost we put together for athletes, capsules and a smoothie as well. Those smoothies are cacao based. They've got hemp protein powder and a load of other ingredients, which I'll read to you in a moment. These are our go-tos, because you're going to get 30 nutrient dense products in you for the day. And then we also have our daily life force essentials. We've got a berry seed immune boost, a green alkaline detox, and an anti-stress vibrance. They've got over 10 nutrient dense nutrients in them, and there's obviously a difference in the price. So let's have a look here first of all. So these are our go-tos. Okay, these are even meal in one, because you're getting the stress defense, the brain fuel, and the extreme performance boost. So go onto the website, because you're going to see all the nutrients. I can just read the raw cacao I told you, which is important for antioxidants, digestion, vitamin C, magnesium. In fact, it's the plant with the highest magnesium level on the planet, and everybody's rushing to buy synthetic magnesium. It just doesn't make sense to me. And when are people going to actually start thinking for themselves and become awake and aware? It's got hemp seed protein, maca powder. These have got all 18 essential amino acids. It's got pomegranate, blue-green algae, chlorella spirulina, all of those essential proteins, minerals, vitamins, D, B, K, anything you could think of, kelp, reishi mushroom, shiitake, maitake, cordyceps, chaga, lion's mane, the adaptogens, Siberian ginseng, ashwagandha, astragalus, shatavari, foti, and then some more nutrients, moringa, baobab, schizandra berry, very good for the liver, good for warding off radiation, holy basil, the tulsi, stinging nettles, yarrow, dandelions, cat's claw, parasites, lymphatic, tahibo, also for parasites, passion flower and chamomile for xenoestrogens, acai berry and Himalayan salt. That's huge for one product to contain that amount. And believe me, insofar as the Western world is concerned, I've traveled and I've looked, and I can't find anything similar. The brain fuel has got some extra things in terms of some ginkgo, some rhodiola, and some bacopa. So that'll bring a bit more oxygenation to the brain, but otherwise exactly the same. And the Extreme Performance Boost has basically got our bone marrow and joint nutrients in it for the sports people to reduce acidity and to restore vitality to the cells as soon as possible, pre, during, and post race or competition. So that's what this one is for. And so that's in that space. So these are just great. There's a phenomenal recipe at the back of all of them, where what we do is we take a tablespoon of this cacao powder, and we put in 1 or 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or flaxseed oil or both, 1/4 cup of raw soaked nuts or seeds, 1/4 cup of berries, or whichever fruit you're wanting, and some room temperature water, spring water, some warm herbal tea if you want to. We blend it all up and we drink immediately. It is delicious. Young people, adults, elderly just love it. And I have some people who tell me they're addicted to it. I think I'm not addicted to it. I just love it. I have it every day, and every day it's as if it's the first day I've ever had it. My tongue as a nerve center, I just laps it up and says, yes, I want some of this. So again, if you took 3 or 4 tablespoons, your tummy would get sore because it's going to detoxify you. So even on 1 tablespoon, it may detoxify. It depends what's in the gut. So remember what I said about that. And then those are all available in a capsule form as well, 60s or 120s. So those of you who don't like the idea of a smoothie, we've got a capsule for you too. Or you're traveling, you want to make sure you get a powder and you get the bottle of capsules too. It's in a glass bottle. And it's brown, blocking out light, not allowing any plastic to leach, and as close to nature as I can bring it to you. So then now we've got the 10 strong nutrients. So the green alkalinizer, this is our well, they're all strong selling, but people like this one, and it's delicious. And so that one has got herbs, hemp seeds, spirulina, chlorella, moringa, peppermint, celery, parsley, sage, stinging nettle, dandelion, and a tiny bit of almond milk powder. So this one is going to be mixed generally with the green fruits, the pineapple, the Granny Smith apples, the kiwi fruits, the pears, and comes out very, very, very green. And again, you can add more to it. You can add your almond milk to it if you wanted to as well. That is a delicious green detoxifier. I've done the green detoxifying smoothies, and eventually you've got to block your nose because it's disgusting. So I've put it together in such a palatable way that it's yum, and you want it, and the children want it, and the elderly want it. That's a great green one. Then our yellow one, our anti-stress vibrance, of course. Here we've put in the yellow nutrients: bee pollen, turmeric, baobab, maca, ginger, pomegranate, chamomile, Siberian ginseng, astragalus, reishi mushroom, and rhodiola. Again, you would be bringing in apricots, you would be bringing in peaches, pineapple, all your yellow and orange fruits, and you would make a really beautiful yellow delicious smoothie. And then the berry C, which is absolutely delicious as well. This one's got acai berry, pomegranate, schizandra berry, rose hips, passion flower, echinacea, citrus bioflavonoids, vitamin C, that is the reishi mushroom, astragalus, cinnamon, and that's what's in this one. So again, it comes out, you would put your blackberries, your blueberries, your raspberries, your strawberries in there, your goji berries, and it comes out all beautifully berry colored and delicious. So I'm bringing you natural nutrients, quantum state, food state, plant-based, most important. And these are the nutrient supplements you need to look for. Otherwise, you can be wasting your money. And I also just want to speak to you now about research that's been done on women over 50. Two groups. The one group took supplements, and the other group didn't. And after the test period, they then monitored the women, and guess what? The ones that never took the supplements lived longer than the ones that did take the supplements. So again, the choice is yours. I just say, take the food in the right form that the body can recognize it, that it can extract, metabolize, absorb, and get that nutrient to your cell as fast as possible. It's almost like going up to the petrol station, and you've got petrol stations lined up there, pumps lined up there. And the one is 100% natural nutrients. The other one is some synthetic. The other one is totally synthetic. Which one are you going to take in terms of petrol? I know you're going to put in 95 because you know your car's engine is going to last for longer. You know you're going to get more mileage out of the petrol per liter that you're putting in, and it's going to cost you less, and your car's going to run for longer. Same here, no different. So, less pit stops when you eat clean, when you eat raw, when you eat green. Choice is yours, always. And there's no judgment on my part. So now let's look at some serious nutrients. Now, the 365 products that are really unique that I've put together that have come to us. Here is the Almost Gold. This is alchemy, and it is the M-state form of gold, silver, copper, nickel, cobalt, platinum, iridium, ruthenium, palladium, osmium, iridium. The platinum precious metal minerals, they are all superconductors. A superconductor of electricity charges the body. I spoke about it at each of the 3 events that I was at. We have to charge our body, number one, even before we start bringing these in. Although these nutrients will have their own conductive mineral metals in them, we need a large amount because this is our battery pack. We don't, not like a cell phone where we can plug in and we can get electrons quickly from the electricity circuit. We need our electrons from the ground, the sun, photons from the sun, our water, our air, and our nutrients. But more importantly, because of the overload of toxins and the very limited amount of time we spend on the earth and in the sun and in nature, we're not charged. 6 out of 7 people are walking around with a flat battery, with adrenal fatigue. This product contains the conductive mineral metals. The mineral metals the copper will put the light on. We have to have it. Nowhere in your supplement is it going to tell you how much gold or silver is in there. And here there is. There's almost. The almost gold is the hallmark of the 365 products because these products are grown naturally. They all have a certificate of analysis that's guaranteeing you it is what it is. Spirulina is the genuine thing. It's above the world standard in terms of purity and has minimal, if any, pesticides, insecticides, heavy metals. I sleep at night. I don't want to be bothered about that. I don't want a karmic debt. So when you take the Almost Gold, I've brought it to you. You are getting those conductive mineral metals. Not a day goes by without me taking Almost Gold. It's as simple as that. It's calming. It crosses the blood-brain barrier. It detoxifies. It also mineralizes. It should be in the soil. It should be in our food. All right? But it's not because of factory farming and the quality of the soil, etc. So more and almost on my other YouTubes. We got to have that. It's in spring water. It's life force. It's anti-gravity. It's energy. It's electrons. So there you have it. The other two real hot ones that I've been speaking about also in the last 3 events is the replica RNA DNA. And this is bacterial cell wall fragments with the human genetic code. And a lot's been talked about that, and we can't avoid genetics, epigenetics, and diseases where they can show you exactly what the genetic code looks like for diabetes, for example, for lipid deposition, protein deposition. They can show you the genetic SNP for cancers. So therefore, if that's the case, let's give the body a top-up of the uracil, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, the 5 nuclear proteins that make up our genetic code, our DNA, our RNA, and our DNA strand. Let's give the body the option. Because if there's no guanine, you must understand, the cytosine is going to flap. It's not going to be able to join. There will be a disease. So we have to top up. We don't eat what our ancestors ate, heart and liver and kidney and brain and stuff like they used to. That's really got a high amount of nuclear proteins. You'll get some in like a yeast spread, like a Marmite or a Bovril or something. You'll get some in beans and that, but not nearly enough to repair the damage today. Okay, our ancestors never had the damage that we had, and they ate more of those foods. So this product is essential. The Almost Gold will allow the DNA strand to unwind, and then it winds up again, and it will collect the nuclear proteins and form a perfect human genetic code, as it should be, getting back to our authenticity, our original organic true self. Remember, the DNA is the seat of our consciousness. It is also in the quantum spin. All right. So we've got to protect that first, because that is what divides at gazillions of a second. And we need to protect that division to not be the ancestors of an endangered species, if I could put it very simply like that. Okay. So what we're doing with our patients, our children, our elderly, our dogs, our plants, is we're re-engineering the body from a nuclear genetic code basis, cellular level, tissue, organ system. And it's too beautiful to watch as everything comes into sync naturally. We do no harm. The other important products which I put together, plant-based stem cell product. It contains royal jelly, blue-green algae, cordyceps mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms, and Poti adaptogen herb. This product is researched and brings about the biggest shift in the bone marrow producing stem cells, and it's measurable on my machine. So these products will activate and stimulate the bone marrow, the brain, to form new stem cells and to reform them from the cellular level to the tissue level to the organ to the system. Very, very important, especially if a child or an adult or an elderly has been exposed to a lot of toxicity. So I've got lots of YouTube videos on toxins, and I'm not going to go into that today. So we can now come in and assist the bone marrow and the brain and all the parts of the body that produce stem cells, form the stem cell, which is going to be able to shape, shift, or form or morph into the tissue, the cells and the tissues and the organ that needs to be repaired. It could be the whole body, for example. So lungs, gut, kidney, liver, brain, heart, blood vessels, blood vessel walls, kidney, where the parasites have eaten the body away, where the degenerative tissue needs to be removed and rejuvenate the life force there, rejuvenate the liver. So these are critical key products. In addition to our reset products, the microbiome reset, the flaxseed oil, and the oxygen product, and the DMSO. If you've got any questions, please ask me. And then oxygen is a nutrient I'm going to be focusing here now. So we've got the cell oxygen capsules, magnesium oxide. Beautiful. We all need magnesium anyway. And the oxygen transfers through the intestinal wall into the blood and gets to the cells. So that's a real go-to, been around for ages, magnificent results. And then we've got the Cell Vitality Oxy Mineral Drops, which are these two here, which are far more powerful from an oxygen molecule point of view, from a frequency. And these products will do huge cleaning, but it still is a nutrient because I've just breathed. Breathing oxygen is a nutrient. So the oxygen comes in through our lungs and into the blood to the cell. The food comes in through our mouth into the gut and the intestines, and then into the blood and into our cells. So the gut and the lungs are very important to me. So equally important to the liver, the kidneys, and the skin. But I'm just saying in terms of getting fuel to the cell. And then we've got our DMSO drops, and I urge you to go onto the website and research. It's an encyclopedia there, and you can find out lots of information about what dimethyl sulfoxide is. It's an absolute product on its own. It's a nutrient on its own. It's tree sap, plant tree sap. It's got ormus in it. It's the sap that rises from the roots of a very tall tree right up to the top. You need ormus to do that. Got the oxygen, it's got the sulfur for detoxification too. It's a solvent, it's a carrier, so it'll take the oxygen further, the oil further, the stress defense shield further. It declots the blood, it demulsifies the body. You can place it on the sinuses or the lung or the back or the pain in the knee or the hip, the ankles. So yeah, beautiful. So I wanted just to focus here on oxygen as a nutrient and flaxseed oil. And those of you who follow all the with me every Thursday will know and can repeat after me. It has the highest life force. That means the electron spin is the fastest and the closest to the neutron and the proton in the middle of the flaxseed molecule, and that the frequency of spin is life force, and I'm everything about life force, energy, chi, prana. That is what we're all about. We have to regain that, and this is our charging, the charging with the Ormus Gold. We're consuming foods that are charging us, that are leaving us with a higher energy level than before we ate, not a lower energy level that we're so full we have to go and sleep. No, we ending of the day we've charged our body, we've brought in a higher energy level than when we started that day. The flaxseed oil does that. It's also got functions that it only does. So it's going to set the electrical potential across the cell membrane to encourage food and oxygen through. That's why we do it first. Get it all right. The omegas, it lines the guts, it lines the lungs, the genitourinary. And so it's very, very, very important oil. And the omega-3, 6, and 9 is in perfect ratios to the human. It grows where we live. It's not deep sea, which is a very dense omega oil. And all fish oil is heated. It has to, because you have to heat the muscle to get the oil out. Heated oil equals trans fat equals free radical equals degeneration. Fact. No enzyme for digestion. The oil lies in pools in the blood every single time. When you take the flaxseed oil, especially the one from 365, it's pressed and bottled in 1 month and sent to our offices in cardboard boxes. It's been in no warehouse. It has not been exposed to electrical field, heat, light, or air, which I wrote there. Most important, most critical. Most important is that it's miscible in the blood. This flaxseed oil is miscible in spring water. And that miscible means it blends. It doesn't pop out again. It stays. And that's what we need, because otherwise we've got pools of blood slowing the blood down where parasites live. And I see it every day under the microscope. So I'm just sharing with you oxygen and oil as a nutrient. And then I want to share with you the microbiome reset. The probiotic, live probiotic, 80 to 120 live strains. Here's a picture of them, and you can see all different sizes, colors, shapes. Absolutely beautiful. This is under my microscope. I took a couple of drops and put it onto the slide, put a lens cap over, and put it under the microscope. I have videos of this. I've shared this. These microbes, the essential beneficial microbes, retain their central point. We need to retain our central point. We need nourishment to do that, because synthetic medicines take us out of our central point. Chemicals, toxins, radiation, out of our central point. That scatters us. It scatters our energy. It drains us. We can't really be in that central point of consciousness, of thinking clearly and living productively. And a parasite will not hold its central point. It scoots across the screen. These hold their central point. So I've showed you that before. Those of you that are not on any of my WhatsApp groups, please let me know in the chat here and I'll load you. I'm on Telegram as well, Jane Mackenzie 365, Healthy by Choice. The YouTubes are all on Jane Mackenzie. And, like them and subscribe and comment, the usual things, because, then I can grow the network and grow the education. These things are educating. I've been doing this for the last 3 years, every Thursday. And I do Tuesdays. It used to be Saturdays. So twice a week, I'm doing live educational videos, sharing. And I want you to share, because it's the way it's worked out for me. That's what I want. So, nothing inauthentic here, unauthentic, total authenticity, life force, vitality, energy. That's what I'm all about. And now here's a slide to show you where you can get all the things that I'm speaking to. Oh, no, sorry. This is all the things that we do, offer the scans, the nutrients, the blood group assessments, the blood pressure and blood sugar assessments, the live blood analysis. We've got lots of beautiful radiation products. I urge you to go and have a look. Earthing mats that we made specifically, grounding EMF pendants, time crystal pendants. This is a piezoelectric time crystal. It's working with a scalar wave, protecting your energy field permanently, allowing you to ward off negativity, emotionally, toxin, physical toxin wise. So please go and have a look at Time Crystal on my website. There's a landing page with loads of videos, loads of information, and buy one, because, it's $545. It's an heirloom piece, because the battery is going to last 300 to 400 years. These things will still be a piezoelectric time crystal. Our copper vessels are astounding. We're getting great results with elemental copper. And then, we urge people to come and get a device, learn about the products, and learn about the software, how to integrate it all. This is the slide I was looking for, where you can see, and on Instagram too, and Telegram and Facebook, there's two. There's my profile and my business page. The profile is full, so you have to just like the profile, but the page is good too. So I think I've shared a lot with you, and I think it's good that we don't mention names, but you got to go and Noms, I'll definitely add you. I hope I've shared with you, and those of you that are feeding your children, you have a massive responsibility, because every single thing that goes in their mouth is going to shape their new cells that are rapidly dividing. It's going to shape the way they think. It's going to shape what they do. Not only them, adults and elderly too. And what you eat affects how you think, and it affects what you do. So, again, as I always say, the choice is yours. I'm bringing you the information. I've done the research, and I've also observed in all the patients, and I've observed in myself primarily. I'm the case study. I'll walk the talk, and then I'm going to share it with you. So anything that I've left uncovered, a pleasure, all of you. What else do you want to know? I think just be very discerning about what you're going to pay for to put in your mouth, because if you're paying for toxins, you are really wasting money. I always say, ignorance is bliss, but now we need to do something about it. And I really look forward to all of you, achieving your health goals. I'll help you as much as I can. And, you know, I'm as good as you. You're as good as me. And it is teamwork. And, you know, the learning about it all. And I think it's great that we've got this far in our human evolution, where we've known stuff, and then we've you know, experienced other things, and we're learning again. I think the curve is this way, where we started off intelligent, our innate ability, innate intelligence, we experience other things, and that innate intelligence is coming back, and we can use these super nutrient dense life force plant-based food states nutrients to educate us. The medicinal mushrooms come from out of space. They're not earthly at all. They are intelligent. Bee pollen, raw jelly, propolis, intelligent. Blue-green algae, spirulina, chlorella, intelligent. Goji berries, intelligent. So let's get onto these things, because we can. Let's change our shopping basket. Let's not have such a huge basket. Let's have a smaller basket, but with specific nutrients in there that you know are going to feed you. It's not the quantity of what we eat, it's the quality. And that's why an enormous salad that I explained to you, with your sunflower seeds or your macadamia nuts or pecan nuts or walnuts or almonds or chia seeds or whatever seed you want to use, it's just bursting with nutrients and nourishment for the body, even if it's not organic, because it's still grown, it's formed the shape. You know, it's still better than a synthetic nutritional supplement. But the nice thing is we've got the oxygen, the almost gold, the replica RNA, the activa stem cells to, you know, keep restoring our health, the earthing match, the time crystal, the EMF pendant, to keep restoring our health and our breathing and our exercising. You know, when the soccer teams come and see me, they're not toxic, even though they have normal hamburgers in all their breaks, because they're sweating so much. Whatever's coming in is going straight out. So hence the infrared saunas, you know, very important to detox. You know, that's enough from me. I'm going to add you all to all the people. And thank you all. I'm honored and privileged to have you here. And I hope you've loved every minute of this, because I've loved every minute too. It's my passion. And just eventually reset, restore, rejuvenate, and rejoice. That is happiness. That is joy. When we reach that space, that's transcendence. That's another level, but we're all getting there. Me too. Okay. Lots of love to all of you, and thank you for your time. Bye.